Hello everyone and welcome back to the second episode of the Ultimate Hattrick tutorial in YouTube. Today we'll see the main browser extension for Hattrick. It will be your best friend and your game experience will literally take off. Let's speak today about Foxtrick. And we are in the Foxtrick homepage, in which you can download directly the Foxtrick beta. That is the version currently available in the main browser like Firefox, Chrome and Opera. You can also download in your smartphone. It's not working Foxtrick with iOS ecosystem, but can work in Android with few mobile browsers like Kiwi, for sure is working, some of my friends are using it. I'm using with Yandex. I will leave you in the description of the video all the information to support you to step by step download and use Foxtrick in your browser. The first feature that I really would like to mention is included in the player's page and are the HTMS points. What they are? We are speaking about two unique values that are showing us how much is strong a player. The ability is showing the current quality of the player considering his skill. Meanwhile, the potential is showing the quality of the player in the long term. Higher is this value, more time you will have to complete him until the 28 years old. Therefore, you can consider that if you are in a competitive phase, higher is the ability, better is, because behind that there are already skills really high that can support your stats in the field today. Meanwhile, if you are in a training phase, if you are rebuilding the team, you are buying young players 17, 18, 19 years old, you can check the potential. Higher is this value, better is for you because you will have the time to complete and boost their skill in the best way possible. Now, to understand the story behind the HTMS points and how they are composed, I will do a specific video. Today we will learn how to leverage thanks to these values. First of all, doing an example, let me say a case in which a new user or a user that wants to rebuild his team with a new project, building forwards, so he will train scoring and is looking in the market players with 17 years old. He will train scoring, he is looking for a scoring skill with young players, and the first check that he is doing is the potential. For example, this guy with the potential about 2100 is really interesting because more or less you need to check players with more than 2000 potential. So is with a good potential, is with a good specialty. The skill also that are creating and generating the potential, all of them is useful for a forward position, scoring, winger, playmaking. So this guy is really a nice player in which you can spend a lot of money to build a long-term plan. But let's give other example. This is a good potential, so should be a good player. And he is a really good player, but to leverage on all the potential, you need to create him not as a defender, not as a forward, but you need to make him as an inner midfielder. In this way, in the long term, you will be able to push playmaking skill, but you will have already a defending skill really nice for an inner midfielder, and also the scoring level will be good. If you are making a forward, of course, the defending skill is not useful, and so all the potential is really you don't use this potential. So at the end, maybe you pay a lot to this player because a lot of people are interested, but was better, I don't know, buy this player, or no, I don't know, let's give another example. This player with less potential, 2000, but he at least have scoring, passing at 4, winger at 4, playmaking at 4, that are all skills useful for a forward, and at the end is better than the guy that we were seeing before, that is with passing 3 and winger 2. This is an extreme example, but this is what I would like to share with you. Check the potential, but after that you need to understand deeply how is composed and which are the skill that is based on the potential. Therefore here, this guy is in reality an inner midfielder or maybe a defender for a long shot team. Or if you want to make anyway this guy a defender, you can do it, because at the end defending at 8 and playmaking at 7 is really an interesting level of skill, but you cannot leverage on scoring, and I think maybe you will pay more this player because a lot of people will buy him because in the end he's a strong player, but you can find in the market some other players without scoring, with a cheaper price that will have the same impact in the field as defender. I hope to be clear. So that's it. These are the check that you should do looking at the potential. The second feature that can be useful for the users that want to do trading in the market is PsicoTSI. PsicoTSI that you can see here is below each player and is showing, thanks to a quick calculation considering the TSC of the player, can show the sub-level of a specific skill. And here, for example, PsicoTSI is suggesting that you could have some sub-level in scoring, and in few training you can skill up the player and buy him at cheaper price and resell him in few weeks, making profit. So this can support you on that. Obviously you need to really be expert. PsicoTSI can be, let me say, a warning, telling you, hey guys, this player could have sub-level, but for sure you should understand the market, and PsicoTSI will support you. Of course, PsicoTSI is not really working with players that have too similar skill. For example, in this case, this guy maybe for sure could have some sub-level on scoring, but also he could be trained, I don't know, in passing, for example. So you won't be sure at 100% that in few training he will skill up at 9 scoring. To understand that, you really need to have a cluster of player with a specific cluster agent, specific skill, to know exactly the range of TSE, the range of wage. In this way you'll be sure to buy players that in few training, 1 or 2, they will skill up and you will make profit thanks to the cheaper price at the beginning and the resell thanks to this level up in few weeks. The third feature that I would like to mention is the feature that is providing us the HatStats of our team and the opponents. You can find this information in different pages in Hattrick. The first one could be in the report page of the match, in the bottom. Here you can see the total amount of our HatStat. This is showing the quality of the value in the field of our team, divided by defending, midfield, attack, and also the total amount compared to the opponents. And this could be an easy way to understand if your team is stronger than the opponents. Of course, also here behind there is the specialties, the tactic that you are playing, so it's not so easy, but at least you will see the value, the stats that you put in place in the field. So this is one of the places in which you can find the HatStats. Another place really useful is in the lineup page. Here you have your lineup, maybe you are with Useglio in the field and you buy a new player. In this case we are doing with Useglio 99 in midfield. You buy a new player, in this case Dames, and you improve your values and also your value in the midfield from 99 to 105. In this way you understand how much is improving the value of your team in the midfield, and you can compare versus the opponents. In this case my midfield is more or less aligning to the opponent's one, but in this case you can also check the series. What does it mean? You can go in series. You have here a link of Hatted that is really an interesting website. I suggest you to cross-check. Here you have all the information about your league and not only. In my league, thanks to this Hatted, I can see the average value of the HatStats and the max value. In this case, I can see that I am in the middle of the, let me say, of my league, and I can see how much my midfield is compared to the opponents. And I can understand, considering the training playmaking, I'm playing with 3-5-2 and 2-5-3, to improve my strategy, maybe I should try to improve my midfield for the next season, trying to be with higher midfare versus my direct opponents. And here you can do your, depending on your strategy, maybe you are training defending and you are doing a counter attack, so maybe you have already a good defense but not enough attack, so maybe next season you can buy older player to improve your attack rating. So this kind of check you can do thanks to these amazing easy HatStats that are really supporting us to improve, to check the value of our team versus the opponents. Now let's go with the fourth feature. There are really a lot. I showed you also at the beginning how many personalization you can do. I really like an easy feature that when you are looking in the transfer market, you can open this skill table and in an easy way, maybe you want to see, you can order with price and you can check just the cheaper player with the offer, let me say, not so expensive. So this is an easy way to go directly to the player, maybe with the good specialty, I want a head player, and I will go directly to the player's page. So this is really quick, but for me it's really easy and really useful to be more quicker in the transfer market to find the best player possible. And the last feature that I really would like to mention, you saw already during the video, are the shortcuts that you can personalize. In each page you really can find a lot of information, links useful to leverage and improve and boost the game experience. For example, in the stadium you can go directly in the tools of the stadium. For example, here we can go in the enterprise construction online. For example, if we go in the yacht team, in the overview, we can go directly in yacht club or in the Rate My Academy, that are the two main tools that are supporting us in the yacht club management. We can also, I don't know, we can share the skill of a player in an easy way. We can go in the player's page, I don't know, I want to share with my friends the skill of the Eagle Nodu. I can click here, copy player ID. I can go in the forum. I don't know, we can go I will go here. You can reply to everyone and you can in 1 second copy paste the skill, and in 1 second you have all the info to share to the scout, to the friends, showing the skill of your players with the ability and the potential also here. Or you can also personalize the top of your home page. For example, here I added other shortcut. For example, here I will see the under 21 competition. Here I will see the national team competition. Here I will go directly on the official Fed of Italy. Here I can go directly to the Nigeria Federation official one of the national team, the under 21. Therefore, everything is easy. For example, here I can go directly on Hattrick stage. And sometimes it's useful because from Hattrick stage you can see features of Hattrick that still are not implemented in the normal version. So this is Foxtrick, really is supporting you, boosting the game experience with all the main tools that in the year the Hattrick user are, and the community of Hattrick is creating to support all the users to enjoy this game. So I hope that really was helpful for you this video. The next one will speak directly about the HTMS points, because while I was doing the video I found really nice information that I really would like to share with you. Therefore, for today that's it. Really thanks to follow the channel, remember to share, to push the like and follow the channel. Thank you everyone, see you in the next video. Ciao ciao.